spoken so much in, well, in forever.
Lively, isn't it? The town is abuzz. Everyone eager to meet with our friends from the moon.
Twould behoove you to consult with Sleeping Way. As our moon's pilot, his advice should be most pertinent.
I'm impressed. Truth be told, I struggle to tell one from another. No offense intended, of course.
None taken. After you and your friends left Mare Elementorum, we spent no small amount of time with your Urianger. Oh, the conversations we had. He told us all about Atheris, answered our every question, no matter how trifling or trivial. Look! Every page filled to the margins with knowledge. When I first arrived, I was struck by how little I knew. It was daunting. But then I realized that, were it not for Urianger and his teachings, we'd still be stuck on the moon, gazing at your world and wondering what we've been missing.
What would they think if they could see Urianger now? I dare say they'd be more than a bit surprised. And impressed, no doubt. Master Louisoix, Minfilia, Papalimo, and not to forget...
Oh there. Heard there was a visiting expert who we might bother with a few questions. I take it you'd be the one.
Yes, I am.
Wilson and Blovida, Sharlayan's foremost researchers in the field of teleportation magic, and Moonbreeder's parents.
Oh.
It hath been some time. 'Tis good to see you in good health.
Likewise, old friend. Blovida and I were most honored to answer the call. Never expected this reunion, though, did we, dear?
Alfei, the nerve. Sending that letter, then running off to the gods know where. Do you have any idea how worried we were?
Oh, is he gonna...
I'm sorry. 'Twas remiss of me not to deliver the news in person. No, more than that. 'Twas I who...
Our daughter was disillusioned after Master Louisoix left her behind. The day the Scions called upon her was the happiest I'd seen her in years. She made her every choice of her own free will. No one could have ever forced her to do otherwise. Don't blame yourself for her death. Celebrate her life. You know that's what she'd want.
If there is one thing we resent you for, it was that we could not be there to mourn her with you. Reading the words you penned in that shaky hand, we must have cried as much for you as we did for her.
I'm sorry. I truly, truly am. I knew not what to say. Knew not how to express my feelings. The poems and platitudes of wiser men, musings on sadness and loss, studied and memorized,
Oh, he's...
and meaningless in the moment.
Silly boy. We are all powerless before such grief. Even now, try as I might, the words escape me. But in our hearts, we know, we always know.
I remember when you were young, how the lads teased you for choosing the company of books over others. Our moon didn't take kindly to that. Be nice to Urianger, she'd shout, and give them a walloping. No matter how many times we scolded her.
So we offered a suggestion. Rather than starting fights, why don't you be the bridge between Urianger and the others? She had to mull it over for a while, arms crossed, brow furrowed in intense thought. But from that day on, she never let you be alone. She'd drag you outside to play, pepper you with endless questions, read the same books you read, all to try and understand you that much better. I'm sure it was annoying and exhausting at the time, but she only ever had the best of intentions.
And look at you now, at the center of the crowd. The reason there even is a crowd, having brought these people together. You've no idea how proud we are.
To see the boy, our daughter, trusted and believed in more than anyone, grow into the man she always knew he could be. I can see her in you too. Feel her. She walks with you wheresoever you go. So thank you, Urianger, for being who you are.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
I think I can feel her too.
I don't think I remember Urianger crying. Wow, it's hitting me.
The truth of her life. Not sorrow, but hope and love.
This moon breeder. She was important to him, wasn't she?
You could ask the man himself.
Oh, no. But watching this exchange reminds me how much I've yet to learn about your world. And its people.
You can live here your entire life and hardly learn a thing. And that's why it's too soon for this to end.
Oh, Modi, be assured that I am fine. I am. Oh, glad to see them too, after so very long. Gladder still that it was in your company. As difficult as it was to accept their kindness, would have been far harder had I faced them alone. Aw, Urianger. needed a second. Hither in yarns. The pall of anxiety over Charlie and Hamlet has thinned to more manageable levels. Thou hast my gratitude for lending courage to the Lupperates. Not disposed to rest on their laurels, several of our guests have elected to accompany my countrymen to their stations. Some few may still come hither seeking counsel, and so shall I remain to aid them as need be. If thou art needed elsewhere, do not let me detain thee. As a matter of fact, I was hoping you might check on Alize. Last I saw, she was struggling to carry an enormous pile of boxes out the west gate. I could go myself, but we both know whose help she's less like to scorn. Not to mention that, much to my misfortune, I can think of several other things I ought to be doing. Until later. And we've got Aether quests. I know the drill. Oh, and we get a necklace. Nice. Well, there's a child here. Of course, there's a child here. Well, you're up there. Got it. Just over here clicking. Rapid fire clicks. Alright, so we need to find this kiddo. There he is. Come on, kid. Where are you? Oh, you're over here. Oh, and we're turning the quest in already. Okay, that's fine. Blah, 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 blah. We must be close. Yep. Means we'll need to start tracking this more frequently, but it looks like we're going to be heading that way. Then we'll go ahead and get Labyrinthos flying done too. Oh, one place left. The only thing we'll need to do left, really, is the Shared Fates. Obviously I won't be doing that until we finish the story, though, and I get to... I need to start working on Raid. I guess I don't need to. I want to see if there's glamour items I would want. Oh, I need to pray. Yeah, I'll see if there's glamour items. I know I'm going to want the mount eventually, but I can come back and do that tier if needed. And again, I can always go back to the tier and complete it out with the better gear. Okay, so we need to come back here, turn it in, and head on out. Oh, the life of a 100%er. You don't get an achievement for completing the sub-tier raids. But you do get an achievement for completing the ending raid. Here you go. Oh. And onward. How many fates do I need? I think I needed 2. Ah, that cutscene messed me up. I need 4 in Elpis. I need 2 here. Must not have had the fortune of seeing very many when we were Elpis. North. Oh no. Oh, I can't get over this. Ugh. I'll mess that up. Oh, is this one gonna be upstairs? Up top? Upstairs? I guess that's not too high up. Oh, it's right there. Hey. You're a big tree. Wonder if you're a hunt. Nope, just a big tree. East? Oh, that's the one over here. I'm gonna get sick of this song. I can tell. It'd be nice if we could get a change of musical. Or change of song, not musical. Lovely grammar. Okay, I didn't see what that said. Northwest. Moldy, what are you doing out here? No, I don't mind if you help with the boxes, but it's far from the most exciting of tasks, are you sure? Of course. Well, I appreciate the assistance. We need to get these to the Aporia. Time is short, of course, but they're full of organic specimens and samples, so try not to be too rough with them. Alphino should be waiting for us when we arrive. I'll see you there. Look at the crate. How close is this? Northwest. Let's go for it real quick. There it is. Wow, that was really close. Cool. Look at that. And we'll have just a few more. East. Okay, so now we're only tracking that one. These are going to be here. Yeah, because I have to be closer. I have to be further away than that one. Onward! There's no door. Well. Oh, there it is. Do. Oh, you're helping with the crates? Wonderful. You can put that there with the others. You have my gratitude, but how did you come to be involved in this? Ha! And I suppose I have Thancred to thank as well. If you're wondering why we're tasked with bringing these boxes to Aporia, to begin with, so was I. It turns out that this is the base of operations, of sorts. Those with final say as to what is included in the ship's manifest can be found here. Father included, I suspect. That should be everything. Carried all of that at once? Are you trying to injure yourself? Oh, hush, they're lighter than they look, and not everyone has your delicate arms. Suppose we should let someone know that we finished. Oh, Theopoldin is in the courtyard. We can report to him. Why don't you come along? You should get credit for your assistance, at least. Considering where we are, we might even learn something interesting. Pretty. South. Okay, yeah, now we're close to the new one. That helps me out. Really want to see the Ark. Unless this whole area is the Ark, that'd be cool too. But I doubt it, I bet. Nope. Alright, my bet was off. Gods, it never ends, does it? What can I do for you? You brought samples from Charlene Hamlet, Series 110? The crates are by the entrance. Ah, thank you. I'd expected one of my colleagues, but we were dreadfully short-handed. Just a moment. You are Beauchampl's child, are you not? Alpinode and Alize, at your service. You're well acquainted with Father, I take it. Right. I've been friends with your parents since our days at the Studium. I remember you when you were yay-high, waddling hither and thither. Clearly, it's been some time since we've met. It's good to see you again, wielding your father's nolets, no less. You knew our parents when they were young? What were they like? Pray, spare no detail. I should like nothing more than to regale you. Alas, I am meant to be in charge here, and reams of paperwork want for submission. We can help with that, in exchange for the sort of stories our parents would never willingly divulge, of course. Very well then. There happen to be 3 sets of documents in need of delivery, so how about you each take one? Wait, right there. Nope, guess I'm taking some too. Thanks, Alpinode. We'll find a foreign representative waiting to collect these near the southernmost structure. I hope I haven't kept her waiting too long. Never mind Alpha and Alize. I'm certain they will be back soon enough. Over here? Hey. Are you not one of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? I thought you were meant to be working on the Aether Burner. Shut up. Theopoldin's paperwork. I was beginning to worry he'd misplaced his quill. I appreciate your help in seeing these documents to my hand at last. As for your other task, pray keep this between us, but I sincerely hope you Scions succeed. The Exodus is, without a doubt, the most monumental taking in the history of the Forum, and so we must be circumspect in all respects. Risk is a privilege we cannot afford ourselves. At its heart, however, Charlian has ever been a nation of the curious. It would be a tragedy indeed if we were the ones to stymie your pursuit of truth. Quick and efficient. I dare say you have a talent for this work. The twins' papers only needed to be delivered to elsewhere in the facility, so they should be returning any moment. We return, with not a scrap of paperwork remaining on our persons, you will note. You both have my thanks. And my apologies for sending you on an errand far below your ambitions. Why, even as a babe, you struggled out of your swaddled clothes, and... That is quite enough of that, thank you. It was compromising stories of our parents that we'd asked to hear, to reiterate. Of course. I've known your father for so long, I must have something. Well, as you know, part of why the Levier name garners such respect in Charlian is your family's storied history. You two can trace your ancestry directly to those who came aboard Njernkremp's Hope, a lineage few can claim. I've never thought much of it myself. It's not as though our forebears founded our nation. They were simply there when it happened. Nevertheless, it has traditionally been a point of pride. Which is why Njernkremp's pronouncement, renounce the ways of war and pursue enlightenment through knowledge and reason, has ever been our family's creed. Until your grandfather's time, Archon Louisoix looked not to Njernkremp's words, but his deeds. He asserted, in defiance of his peers, that choosing to save the great and the small from the rising tides was the true mark of the founder's virtue. Perhaps it was his expertise, his knowledge of ancient prophecy and the fall of civilizations, led him to conclude that the MSQ conflict at every turn was a consign mankind to his doom. Let me read that whole thing again real quick. Perhaps it was his expertise, his knowledge of ancient prophecy and the fall of civilizations, that led him to conclude that to eschew conflict at every turn was to consign mankind to his doom. There will ever be conflict, and calamity will follow. Thus, to ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. You remember his words well. Indeed, Archon Louisoix lived by that personal creed, and used every means at his disposal to bring succor to those in need, Charlian or no. No one loved and admired your grandfather more than his son. Yet Fortunat could not reconcile Louisoix's deeds with the philosophy of their forebears and his peers, a philosophy in which he believed so fervently, yet made a hurrah of his father. Fortunat agonized over this contradiction for much of his life. God's father. A son may carry his father's blood, but his choices are his own to bear. Is it not always thus? Gods know Fortunat's a cranky old goat, so I'm sure you butt heads often enough. Yet even so, you must know that you are constantly in his thoughts, every moment of every day, and that is not an exaggeration in the slightest. You should have seen him when you were born. Barely recognizable he was, with a kind of dumbfounded grin I'd not seen since he first took a fancy to your mother. He was practically skipping when he told me the news. Take my word for it, he loves you in an embarrassing degree. But he is also frustratingly single-minded. Once he's decided that a given action is for the best, he will stay the course no matter who or what opposes him. A profoundly annoying habit when you're on the other end of it, as I'm sure you will agree. I'll say. Thank you for your insight. When next we meet our parents, I shall mention that we spoke. Try not to get me in too much trouble now. I need the forum on my side. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back to work. I have to make sure those specimens you brought make it to their proper places, or the cranky old goat will have my hide. We can speak again later. Thank you, good sir. May I take your head, sir? Hail, you three! Raha, surely Kokol hasn't driven you out of the forge already. For better or for worse, no. However, he has sent me a task that requires more than my single pair of hands, and here you are. I could use at least one of you, but I won't object to more. Unfortunately, Alizé and I have prior commitments, and we have delayed too long as it is. What about you, Moldy? Can you spare the time? Of course. Perfect, this shouldn't take long.